everybody, Aaron here from the Cool Guys Nation, and welcome to Home Depot. We are preparing to make our display board for our 40K team tournament, and we are going to be taking you through step by step what we're doing. Hopefully it'll come out really nice. I'm picking up some edging trim for the board as well as some styrofoam. These sheets are fantastic. They are 1 inch thick, 2 foot by 2 foot squares. Fantastic for making display boards, and you can pick them up at your local Home Depot. So we'll have more updates soon. Okay, everybody, we are in my garage. I have returned from the shopping trip, and I'm going to go through the different items that I have purchased in order to build our display board. So we're going to start over here. We got 2 by 2 sheets of Mdf board, and they are just under a ½ inch thick. These are really nice because they're already pre-cut to 2 feet by 2 feet. They're also very sturdy, they're very smooth, which could be a good thing or a bad thing depending on what kind of glue you use, but they're excellent because they're not as heavy, they tend not to warp, and they're already cut into 2 foot by 2 foot boards. Next we actually have about 10 of these, and these are insulation foam that is 1 inch thick, also pre-cut 2 feet by 2 feet. Didn't have to ask anybody to cut it for me, didn't have to cut it myself, just got them. And we can take this, and we can just set it right on top, glue it together, and then go through and carve out whatever you want to carve out. You want to make it look like a forest, do that. Rocks, craters, whatever. Over here we have our basic tools. Now, I did buy a router, and I probably don't need a router, but I wanted to buy a router because it's very useful in projects. My plan for this router is to cut the styrofoam specifically for the bases, because we want our miniatures to sit into the display board and be perfectly flat. Now you could do that with an X-Acto blade, but I thought that I would try a router. So I got a router, and I also got the Dremel router attachment, and truthfully, this is probably going to be a bit more useful. I haven't routed styrofoam in quite a while. Hopefully this won't be an epic failure, but that's why I bought a bunch of extra pieces, and we're actually going to test that out before I glue those pieces onto our Mdf board. We also got 2 sets of screws. We got number 8s by 1 inch and 5/8, and these, as you'll notice, do not have threads here, and we're just going to use these to anchor this down into the board. I also got 2 inch thick, fully threaded. Probably don't need those, but just thought I'd pick them up. Next we have expanding foam, and I love expanding foam. This stuff is great for sculpting all sorts of really pretty things. You can make it look like lava, you can make it look like plants. You just kind of spray it down and it expands. It's really fun to sculpt with. Safety first, we also got some gloves. Then we have just a liter of white and black paint. We also got a hot glue gun and some Gorilla Glue, and whenever you're working with styrofoam, you have to be very careful. You can't use any sorts of glues that'll dissolve it, so that's most instant set glues, Zap-A-Gap, things like that. Even the plastic glues can be pretty bad. You also can't use spray paint. That's not good either. Now, Elmer's glue does make a spray Elmer's that is safe on styrofoam, and I might be using that in this project. If we bring that stuff out, then I'll tell you about it. We still need to buy our rocks and our sand, but so far this is what we got, and we're going to go step by step as we build our terrain board. We are doing sort of a ruined city theme, and it will be holding 4 1,000 point armies, so it's going to be a 2 foot by 4 foot board, and I'm really excited. This will be for our Adepticon team tournament, and more updates sooner rather than later. Bye. One more thing that I picked up that I forgot to add, I got this 8 foot long doorway molding. Now it is an L shape, and it will fit perfectly around the edge of the styrofoam and the wooden base to give it a nice finishing touch. I picked up 2 pieces of those, and that's going to be a fantastic finishing touch. There's all sorts of molding that you can look at for whatever display board you're making. A lot of people use picture frames. Those work too really well, but if you want to add some flavor or do something that's not in a picture frame size, door frame molding is much cheaper and gives you pretty much the same look. So that is another piece that I've added for this project.